Welcome back to my annual Oscar series where I talk about all the Oscar categories except for the short film ones. I rank all the nominees per category according to who I think deserves to win the Oscar. Then I make a prediction for who I think will win that Oscar. So right now, let's talk about Best Supporting Actress. And the nominees are Viola Davis as Rose Maxon in Fences, Naomi Harris as Paula in Moonlight, Nicole Kidman as Sue Byerly in Lion, Octavia Spencer as Dorothy Vaughan in Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams as Randy in Manchester by the Sea. Now this is a decent list of nominees. There are a couple here that I just don't really feel very strongly about, but the rest of these are really tough to pick between. I think any of them would be deserving of winning this Oscar. In terms of snubs, I would have loved to see Greta Gerwig here from 20th Century Women. That film has an incredible ensemble, and Greta Gerwig was my favorite part of that cast. Anyway, in terms of who I think deserves to win, at 5th place I'm going to give it to Octavia Spencer. Now I was very surprised to see her here because she is always good. She is Octavia Spencer after all, but she just didn't stand out to me as much as Taraji P. Henson did or Janelle Monáe did in Hidden Figures. Not to insult Octavia Spencer's acting ability in any way, but it really just kind of felt like she showed up, she did what she had to do, and she did a good job. It's just that she didn't really transcend into anything that memorable in my opinion. Like, I always just saw Octavia Spencer throughout Hidden Figures. I didn't see her character. I don't know if that's the script's fault or her fault or whatever, but that's just how I felt. Now, at 4th place, I'm going to give it to Nicole Kidman. I am positive that she was nominated for this category just for that one scene in Lion where she has sort of like this confrontation with Dev Patel's character and she lets everything out, and it's just all acting by face. Her eyes are acting, her mouth is acting, her nose is acting, everything, and it is terrific. My issue with, not really an issue, but the reason why she's at number 4 is that she only really blew me away in that one scene. She's good throughout the rest of Lion, but she doesn't stand out to me that much. So when she hits that emotional climax in that one scene, it kind of came out of nowhere for me because she didn't really build up to that moment. It just sort of happened. Again, I don't know if that's an issue with the script or with her, but that's why she's at number 4. Now, 3rd place, I'm going to give it to Naomi Harris in Moonlight. Moonlight, in my opinion, is just as much about her character, Paula, and her transformation as it is about Chiron's transformation. And what she does in this movie, she takes us to the lowest of lows. You understand though why she's such a bad mother, you understand why she's a drug addict, and you just get why she's in such a sorry state. At first it becomes really difficult to sympathize with her, but you get how she's so tied closely to Chiron's story, and you begin to want the best for her as well as the film goes on. And towards the end of Moonlight, she is truly heartbreaking. There's just one scene there with her that I feel is just so well acted because you do not see Naomi Harris at all. You really do feel like so much time has passed just through her performance. And even when you see her in 3 very different states during the first act, the second act, and the third act of Moonlight, you still feel like she's the same person. It doesn't feel like Naomi Harris completely changed her acting technique to be able to accommodate the changes that happen within Paula. It really just feels like one character, and that is hard to do. Now, at 2nd place, I'm going to give it to Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams has very little screen time in Manchester by the Sea, especially compared to the other actors, but whenever she shows up, you get an idea of all the things that are happening in her brain. And just like all the other actors in the cast, she plays it extremely restrained. She never gives into the temptation to overact or to really wear her emotions out on her sleeve. Like a normal human being, she has a lot of reservations. She does not want to reveal certain things or revisit certain pain. And when she shows up to Lee, which is Casey Affleck's character, you can almost read on her face what she wants to say but knows she can't say. And of course, that one conversation that is on the poster that everyone talks about, it really is as crushing as people have been saying, and that's because of her performance. It is just uncomfortable to watch, but in a really well acted way. And I literally just forgot, but I remembered while talking about Michelle Williams that I've only been thinking about her in terms of her presence in the present day scenes in Manchester by the Sea. I completely forgot that she is in a lot of the past flashback scenes in Manchester by the Sea, and she's great in all of those. Her presence is felt throughout the entire film, and she really is just an essential part of this ensemble. However, at 1st place, the woman who I think deserves to win Best Supporting Actress is definitely Viola Davis. Now, her role in Fences is definitely the meatiest here compared to the other nominees. But I am actually fine with her being nominated for Best Supporting Actress instead of Best Actress. I know that she won a Tony specifically for Best Actress, but here in the film at least, like, I'm not really confident saying something like Fences is the story of Troy and Rose Maxon. Like, to me, it's really a story about Troy. So it makes sense for me that Viola Davis is nominated in this category, and I'm not mad at all. Of course, people who haven't seen Fences will look to the scene where she's shouting at Denzel and she has like snot coming out of her nose. But her performance is so much more than just that scene. The core of her character really is this warmth for her family and everyone dear to her. And she always goes back to that warmth even if other people are kind of making it hard for her. Like that scene where she's shouting at Denzel, right before that scene, there's a great moment where, you know, she hears something horrible and she's trying not to react to it. She wants to, you know, kind of keep up this idea that she can still love these people, but it's becoming really hard for her. And that kind of nuance, she captures it really well. And what I love about her performance in Fences is that it does not come across as a stage performance, you know. I don't know how she acted on stage, but here it really feels like a performance crafted for the screen, and I really appreciate that. And in terms of who I think will win this Oscar, I'm also betting on Viola Davis. I actually thought she had won previously, but apparently this would be her first Oscar, so this injustice must be corrected immediately. She's gotta win. Alright, so those are my thoughts on Best Supporting Actress. What do you guys think of the nominees? Who do you think should win? Who do you think will win? Whatever you guys think, whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.